WrestlePalooza is this Saturday. I cannot say that word with a straight face. I'm sorry. But yes, WrestlePalooza is this Saturday. And lucky us Americans in the United States, we get to pay an extra $29.99 on top of the Netflix subscription so we can watch this first ever for WWE. America! F yeah! All right, let's do some predictions. But first, we need to acknowledge that Cody Rhodes is showing up to work. He's clocking in and going to defend this belt right here. Oh, said something bad about Cody. Unsubscribe. I'm going to defend this belt right now too, because at 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt right here, free of charge, shipping, everything. It is a replica, not a toy. How do you win? All you gotta do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and a thumbs up. Please up that thumb. Up, up, up that thumb. And I can quit the day job, hopefully. Oh, where did the belt go? Ha! All right, let's get into predictions. Let's start off with the most obvious one, but the best story going into the Palooza of wrestling, and that's the returning AJ Lee after 10 years with her husband, CM Punk, against his mortal foe, Seth freaking Rollins, and the man Becky Lynch. The man Becky Lynch probably doing the best heel work in WWE right now that Naomi's gone. But yeah, this is a match that nobody saw coming at the beginning of the year, and yet here we are, and it's a collision course. And CM Punk, Seth Rollins, their forever feud, it has highs and lows. Right now, it's definitely at a high, but it's the AJ Lee equation. AJ Lee, her first match since, leaving WWE all those moons ago. And I think we're going to play it safe here. AJ Lee will pin Becky Lynch for the victory, because in all honesty, when it comes to the World Championship, it seems like CM Punk can never get a break. I think they're trying to hold off the big world title victory for like a WrestleMania. Therefore, whenever he goes after a title, he kind of loses or gets screwed out of it, right? So he needs victories. This is a perfect opportunity to give him a victory, because a victory will, in essence, really mean nothing. Okay, AJ Lee pinned Becky Lynch. Great, you won a moral victory, but at the end of the day, the heels are still walking away with their championships. Now, this will set up AJ Lee for a title shot, probably against Becky Lynch, and that's great also, and that's another reason we need to let this happen. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, they can eat the pin and not really care. As long as they hold the titles, they're going to survive a loss here, but CM Punk, he really needs to win a main event at some point. Plus, AJ Lee, we love her, she's back. Let's give him the win right here, because it makes so much sense. Plus, the fans just want AJ Lee getting that victory. We don't need to swerve them for swerve's sake. All right, so then let's do the other vision matchup, and this is the Bronson, Reed, and Braun Breaker match versus the Usos. They are back. They have reunited for what WWE wants us to believe is the first time since they broke up a couple years ago. But nope, they actually had a match, I think in Scotland earlier, 2025. We all thought it was going to be Joe Hendrick. Turned out to be Jimmy Uso. It was on a random Raw that everybody forgot about, and WWE hopes you forget about it as well, so they can build this as the Usos reuniting. But yeah, they've already done it. They've already reunited. That said, it's the Usos versus the Brons. No Paul Heyman unless Paul returns here. I could see Paul Heyman returning here, actually. But even with or without, I'm actually going to pick the Brons for this victory. Multiple reasons why. One, they need to look strong. They lost to Roman at SummerSlam, Roman and Jay, and then Bronson Reed lost to Roman at Clash in Paris. We've had, like, I think even Braun Breaker's lost to Jey Uso on Raw. So these guys need to get some wins. These guys need to get some victories under their belt. Plus, over on the other side, Jey Uso is, I don't know if he's turning heel. He's definitely getting an edge, and Jey Uso is getting closer and closer to emulating Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Jimmy Uso even called him out on it, and Jey Uso attacked LA Knight last week. So, like, was he attacking LA Knight because he was just getting even, or was he attacking LA Knight because he doesn't want anybody helping him and his family? Who knows? Who knows? I could see LA Knight actually getting involved here, because LA Knight is like, he's kind of feuding with the Brons, but now he's kind of feuding with Jey Uso. And so if he gets involved, it's like he comes out to probably try to help the Usos. There's a miscommunication somehow. Boom. The Usos will lose, and that will then set up for Jey to go after LA Knight and take Jey out of the title scene while still elevating both participants here. Because, yeah, why is LA Knight so involved in this feud but without a PLE match? That's what I see happening. The Brons will win because of LA Knight accidental interference that causes Jimmy or Jey to eat the pin. I do not think the Usos are here on a permanent basis. I think they're here because it was a matter of convenience. We had to hurry up and speed up a storyline because, well, we got PLE all too close together. So, you know, they're microwaving some storylines, some tag teams, and the Usos, instead of a slow burn, were microwaved to get into this match right here, if that makes sense. Next up is Stephanie Vaquer versus IYO SKY. This is 100% going to be the best match of the night from a technical standpoint. Now, when it comes to emotions and storylines, not so much. WWE Triple H dropped the ball here, and we really haven't had very much to really get invested in, other than the fact that these might be your favorite wrestlers. I really do want Stephanie to win here. I recently watched her interview on Chris Van Vliet. Highly recommend Chris Van Vliet. And it was just like, you just rooted for her. You were just happy that she's living out her dream. And so on a human level, I really connected with Stephanie, and I'm like, ooh, I really want you to win. Her dad's going to be in the audience and everything. But storyline-wise, what has Triple H done with her? She won the number one contender battle royal like 2 PLEs ago. I get it. Naomi, she vacated the title, that changed the plans and everything, but like, we could have pivoted. They pivoted so greatly at WrestleMania 40 when they went to Cody Rhodes. I think they could have pivoted to get the Stephanie into a proper program for a world title, being that she was the number one contender like 2 or 3 months ago. I digress. IYO SKY's kind of in a storyline with Asuka, so that is interesting, but I do feel that we've really dropped the ball on this feud, because it's not even really a feud. It's just they're literally shaking hands and just saying, I respect you. No, I respect you. This feud is so lackluster that there was this one week that they were supposed to have a contract signing, and they were just like, yeah, Stephanie's not here. Why isn't she here? She's just not. And then she appeared on NXT the next night. It's like, wait, what? And then we had the contract signing last week. It's like literally a backstage segment where Adam Pearce is like, okay, the contract is signed, and they shake their hands. It's like, oh my gosh. So, you know, people are going to hear that and say, why do you hate women's wrestling? If you actually listened to me, I said I hate the storyline that they gave them, and that's because I do like women's wrestling, and I feel they should have storylines just like the men. To be fair, though, Triple H is dropping the ball on the men's storylines, too, so I guess he's dropping the ball everywhere. Equal opportunist, that Triple H. So, anyways, though, who's going to win this matchup right here? I want it to be Stephanie. And that's not because I hate IYO. I actually really like IYO, but that I really connected with her at that Chris Van Vliet interview. I think it's going to be IYO SKY, though. IYO SKY's going to win, and the reason why I feel it's going to be IYO, even though I want it to be Stephanie, is because of Rhea. Rhea Ripley. Wait, what? Yes, Rhea Ripley is the reason why IYO is going to win. Remember how I said that there's too many PLEs and they have to kind of microwave storylines and feuds in order to just, I don't know, have stories to tell at these PLEs? Well, Crown Jewel is like 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away. We're just like going right into another one, and it's in Australia. Who hails from Australia? Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, they're going to give her a marquee match. They love to do that. And hey, you know what? That's fine. Rhea Ripley, she's a huge star and even bigger star in Australia. I could see her main eventing it even, and they're going to want to give her a good, proper feud. And she has history with IYO SKY. Instantly, they can just make that happen again. She's never beat IYO. They had that match at Evolution 2 that did not have a full conclusion because Naomi went and cashed in. It's just like, it's there. It's there to just reignite right away. So that's why I think they're going to do it. And if let's say Stephanie wins, right? Let's say Stephanie wins, then she has to go and face Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's winning at Crown Jewel. No matter what, whoever she faces, Stephanie or IYO, no matter who it is, she's going to win. But here's the deal. Stephanie, you don't want her winning and then losing her first title within 3 weeks. You just don't. So that's why I think IYO has the storyline plus the resume to survive a quick transitional championship. I don't want that to happen, even though that's all people are going to hear. Why do you want IYO to lose to Rhea? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what I think is going to happen. Plus, you make Asuka the reason why she beats Stephanie, and Asuka the reason why she loses to Rhea. Then boom, you've got all the components right there. So IYO wins. Unfortunately, so she can lose to Rhea Ripley. All right, so we are going to talk John Cena and Cody Rhodes. We're going to talk their matches in a second. I believe, though, that 1 or 2 more matches could be added to the Palooza of Wrestling, in that TKO president himself has said that he wants to price out families. No. Different quote. Sorry. That the president himself of TKO has said that they want WrestlePalooza to be WrestlePalooza. They want WrestlePalooza. They just might as well name this PLE JC Mateo. I hate that name, but yeah, WrestlePalooza. They want this to be like a WrestleMania and or SummerSlam in the grand scope of things, how big it is. So that means they probably need 1 or 2 more matches and not just the standard 5. So I'm thinking on SmackDown this week, they have Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes. Couple outcomes, and I can see Sami getting on this PLE. First off, Sami just wins, and then Solo Sikoa comes out and beats everybody up. Or Solo Sikoa maybe he interferes, knocks out Carmelo Hayes, and Sami's like, okay, me and you, let's go. Because Solo Sikoa had a promo on last SmackDown saying that he's not done with Sami, so take that to WrestlePalooza. If that happens, Sami wins. I think Sami is going to hold onto the title for probably 2 months. I could see a world in where we get a Sami Zayn match for 30 minutes on SmackDown every week for at least 1 to 2 months cycle. Kind of like John Cena did when he was doing a US Open challenge. I could also see this happening. We have Sami versus Carmelo. The Miz interferes, and then Sami will win, but that causes The Miz and Carmelo to finally crash out, and they go and have a match at WrestlePalooza. If that happens, then I see The Miz actually winning, and that feud will continue. Carmelo Hayes will eventually win the feud, but the first match would go to The Miz. Another solution would be Miz comes, he tries to help Carmelo Hayes. Sami Zayn still wins because, heck, it's Super Sami, and Sami can beat anybody no matter the odds. And then The Miz challenges Sami for a match at WrestlePalooza, and that would be a pretty good marquee matchup for a PLE that you're trying to promote as a SummerSlam. So Miz versus Sami. Sami wins. Miz can eat a loss, and then Sami and Solo can go to Crown Jewel for their matchup. But yeah, I see that because Miz would be like, "Hey, you couldn't do it, Melo. Let me show you how it's done." And then after Miz loses to Sami, Melo could be like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool, great job." Yeah, I could see that. I could also see Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, all three of them fighting for the title in a triple threat. If that happens, I'm actually going to go Jade Cargill. I'm going to say Jade Cargill pins Nia Jax, and that way Tiffany doesn't lose her title. She's protected, and then the Tiffany-Jade feud can continue on because for some reason Triple H wants that feud to continue on, but Jade Cargill will win the triple threat. And then one more match from SmackDown that I could see possibly happening. Well, I guess I could see Profits and Wyatt, but nah. Profits and Wyatt. If that happened, I'm going Street Profits. I think they're trying to swerve us with a tease of a breakup of the Profits. I think the Profits are playing mind games with the Wyatts. So I would go Street Profits. Final one, Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. If those guys fought it out, I will say it should go to Aleister Black. But again, Triple H likes to do that thing where he books somebody really badly just for them to just somehow win, some way win. And I would actually give it to Damian Priest. The feud wouldn't be over though. Damian Priest would win, but Aleister Black would completely crash out. So Damian Priest would win that matchup. Now let's go to John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. That's actually going to be the main event. That's actually, they said it, going to be the main event. So let's hold off for a second on that. Let's go back to Drew versus Cody Rhodes. Drew versus Cody Rhodes. Ooh, who could win? Who could win? I would say it's going to be Cody. I don't even know why I thought about that, actually. It's obviously going to be Cody. The best case scenario for Drew McIntyre is that Randy Orton causes a DQ victory and Drew wins by disqualification. No way, no how. I wish Drew would win the title here. I actually think he should have won the title at SummerSlam and then he could lose the title to Cody Rhodes right here. But my booking didn't happen, and we're here where Cody Rhodes, he is back defending his title. He's just not going to lose. He's just not going to lose. I think this feud continues, and I could see, especially because it's not a main event, it's going to be something like a roll-up. It's a roll-up. That's the kryptonite for Drew McIntyre anyway. So Cody Rhodes is going to roll him up, a quick pin, and boom, Drew McIntyre is going to be like, nah, man, you didn't beat me. You didn't really beat me. I wasn't ready, or something like that. Something silly, something stupid, where Drew has justification to say, let's do this again. And then we can really wonder, would they give it to Drew? But right now, Drew's not winning it, especially after Cody was gone for so long and he came back. So yeah, Drew McIntyre, he loses by some kind of roll-up or something like that. Then now we go to John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And this one's a little tough. This one's actually a little tough. It seems like it should be John Cena, right? Hey, John Cena only needs one more victory to have 100 PLE victories under his belt. Second of all time, only behind The Undertaker. And there's only 3 PLEs left. WrestlePalooza, Crown Jewel, and Survivor Series. So he has to do it at one of said events. So it doesn't have to happen here. He has 2 more shots at it. He's not scheduled from now to Crown Jewel. So you gotta think that something has to be set up here. Do they do what they did at SummerSlam and John Cena wins and then someone comes out? Who would come out though? Chris Jericho, his contract is up in December though. So we're not in December, therefore Jericho can't appear yet. I said we brought AJ Lee back earlier, and so she had to win because why bring her back? Well, that could be applied to Brock Lesnar. Why bring Brock Lesnar back just to lose? And then if Brock beats John Cena, they could have some kind of rematch at Crown Jewel. Therefore, they don't have to have John Cena show up for anything because the feud will already have been established. Oh, man. I just don't see it, though. I just don't see John Cena losing right now. He needs to win. He just needs to win. We need, us fans just need to cheer, cheer, cheer. And unless it's like to put someone over, like the last match he should lose. I got it. John Cena's going to win, right? John Cena is going to beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to overcome that mountain. I think he's only beat him one time, if I recall. And in honesty, he should have lost that one. It was like Extreme Rules 2012, and this was when Brock finally came back from the UFC, and he bloodied John Cena the entire match, and then like John Cena just popped up to the 5 moves of doom and won. That match John should have lost, but that is the only time I think he ever beat him. The last time they fought, wasn't that the SummerSlam Massacre, where for like 12 minutes it was just like John Cena was ragdolled, and then he just never recovered and got pinned? John Cena's going to win, right? John Cena's going to win. Brock Lesnar's going to go away again, probably for 2 years, and still get paid, because that's what they did. They literally let him be on his couch for 2 years and still paid him. They cut other people, but they still paid Brock. But I digress. So Brock leaves, and this is what happens. Guess what? Any dogs in the house? Yes, Braun Breaker. I'm thinking I'm going to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt here. I know, I'm just setting myself up for pain, but I'm going to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt here. And John Cena beats Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker. Oh, I got a better idea. Remember how I said Rhea Ripley is an Australian? She hails from Australia. Well, so does Bronson Reed, the Hawzilla. So we have Bronson Reed do a couple tsunamis, maybe steal some shoes, and we set that up now for Crown Jewel. So we have Bronson Reed versus John Cena at Crown Jewel Australia. John Cena will win, and then they can go to War Games and have a he's a part of a team that fights the Vision. Okay, cool. And then we go to Braun Breaker as John Cena's last opponent. So yeah, there you go. Brock loses, so Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker can attack. We go to Australia. John Cena wins. We go to War Games. John Cena and his crew, they probably win, but then Braun Breaker is left for John Cena to lose to in his last match. Boom, right there. Book it. John Cena's your winner with the eventual Braun Breaker down the line. Those are my WrestlePalooza predictions. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. If you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong, or if you think I'm just extremely handsome. Just let me know in the comments below. Boys, girls, I'll see you later. Bye.